Hello everyone, this is Quester and we're gonna play Street Fighter today and it's just me playing a game. I don't have any specific agenda. I just want to talk about my experience with Street Fighter since I was a kid till the present. So anyway, let's get started. I'm just gonna play this game. So I was 12 years old when I played Street Fighter. It was Street Fighter 2,
Street Fighter
and
5.
I was like, wow, what is this game? I mean, it's a fighting game. It was like going against each other, and it was in the arcade, so I didn't have any console games before. I had the NES, but that's the NES. So anyway, you play with quarters. In the Philippines, we had pesos and stuff, and I'd buy tokens with my pesos when I was 12 years old. And then back then, I had fixation on like Chun-Li because she was the only uh, female in the game.
Let's begin.
Now, I had a lot of strong female influences, and I had this fantasy back then that anybody can be really strong, and then I had the whole role reversal thing in my mind that like men are evil and something like that, and then women are supposed to be this weak. But now you got this girl Chun-Li, and she's like beating up all these guys in the video game, and it's like, okay, so when I played the game, I just played Chun-Li as my character, and she was the only female. Every time like I get to beat a character, I was like, wow, she's so cool and stuff like that, and funny thing is like I would think that like I have an alter ego, and and sometimes think like, oh, what if I had a friend, and friend or like my alter ego would be someone like Chun-Li and stuff, and that's kind of weird because you're a guy and you're like you wanna be. I'm not saying here I'm gonna be a transsexual or anything. I don't feel that way, but I was certainly wanting to think like, oh, would it be awesome? Could you imagine if you were like this female in the real world, and so the next thing you know, you're just beating up guys, and then everybody's surprised. And I was able to channel that in this game, Street Fighter, and because she's the only female character. But anyway, so that was like my experience just playing Chun-Li as my character, beating up all the guys in Street Fighter 2. But I was not good. I wasn't a good player. So as you see right here, I'm not doing any combos, anything special. I'm not really that great of a player. Actually, I haven't played fighting games in a long time. That I would say I was just a complete beginner now. So anyway, I just like any kid, I would line up, and try to challenge other players. And in the beginning, it was really, hard because I didn't know how to play. And and there were these kids, and they knew because of my mannerisms were pretty like, it was easy to know that I was gay. And back in the Philippines, being gay was still, like laughed about and laughed upon, and not people tease you and joke you if you're gay and stuff like that. So, and then I was also playing female characters, and well, they'd be like, "Oh, you're gay. You're playing a female character. You're gay," and stuff like that. And it was really intimidating, and and I would lose all the time. And then I keep playing and keep trying to learn, and then I eventually got better at the game. Not like better, but like good enough for the arcades that I started to win. not maybe in Street Fighter, but if you guys know the game King of Fighters, there I also played female character Mai, and she was the only female in the game for actually not King of Fighters, but Fatal Fury. Yes, Fatal Fury, and Mai Shiranui was the only female in the game, and I played her. And that's when I started getting good, arcade level good, like, the local arcade level good. And boy, I was beating up guys and left and right. And then, and then people started to notice me. People think, oh, like I want to play this guy, and he always bring female characters, and I would run into someone and he knows, like, my mannerisms. I didn't say I'm gay or anything, but they just say, like, you always bring female characters, you're gay, aren't you, or something like that. Or Adrian's gay because he's only playing female characters and stuff like that. And yeah, in some sense, it's like, sure, whatever. They always play Ryu and Ken, and I actually always think that, like, men are assholes. I know it's my gender, but just like guys in general are assholes, and anyway, I started getting better and better, and then I remember that, like, the game that I got really good at was Mortal Kombat. And again, there was only one female in Mortal Kombat, and that was Sonya. Now, Sonya Blade is kind of like, from what I remember, she was like kind of broken in that game. Mortal Kombat 1 anyway. And I was in the arcades, and then everybody was like putting in tokens, and they were all lining up trying to beat me with Sonya. And I remember that, like, my longest winning streak with, like, all of them, all these kids that are regulars that are trying to beat me, they were, I think, 7 or 8, and then they all gave up. They didn't want to play against me because I was so good with Sonya.
You win.
And yeah, I used up a lot of quarters in the game and stuff. And then, and then I started playing King of Fighters, and then I'd always bring female characters, always female. And then eventually I migrated to the US and I stopped playing. And then if I go to the arcades and play, and Tekken started becoming big, and I would always play Nina or Anna in Tekken. And I was getting my ass handed to me because for some reason the American players are really good. And and the funny thing is I was feeling sour too. I was like, in the Philippines when I grew up, there was this mercy system. Where if you win the first game, you let the other guy play and you just lose to the second game, and then you just fight the third game for reals. And I like that system because I didn't have a lot of money, and all the other players I played with didn't have a lot of money. And so, the mercy system makes it so that, like, everybody gets to play for a bit, and don't feel like you just, like, get your ass handed to you after you put in your quarter, and it just lasted for like a minute and then you're done, because the better player just plowed through your character and just destroyed you completely. And that was what was happening in the US. It's like they have no mercy system, that everybody was just like, once you play, they just go beat you. And sometimes my games would just last for 30 seconds or 45 seconds. I'd play the first bit, I'd get my ass handed to me, and then play the second round, and he just bulldozes through me, and then that's it. It was no fun. I didn't feel like, this doesn't feel like a great game, and that's when I just stopped playing game, and Obviously I was an immigrant and I was an underclass. Um, had little money, so as you notice, the tokens are more expensive for me. And or the quarters. I mean, they don't really sell tokens. They do, but most of them are quarters. But anyway, I just run out of quarters really quick, and sometimes I just be in the arcade, and after 10 minutes, I'm out of money. And it was just no fun. You go broke so quickly. Whereas in the Philippines, I can play for a while because people would just be like, okay, try to experiment the second round and stuff. And sometimes you even win. They give you mercy. And they were so sport about it. They don't feel bad. They're like, oh, well, as long as you acknowledge that you won because they gave you mercy, that's fine. So it's a different culture here and stuff. So anyway, so now I'm much older. I'm 40, and I'm 40 now, and I don't play these games anymore. I have trouble like doing the moves because it's been a long time since I played. I have trouble doing the moves, um, and my reflexes, well, they're not that fast anymore. I don't have young man reflexes anymore. And everybody is so good in this game. So what I do is just watch games on YouTube, like pro gamers duke it out on YouTube competitions and stuff like that. And it's the esports that I enjoy. When everybody's watching football or basketball championships and all that stuff, I watch Evo. And I still have a soft spot for female characters, but I'll tell you what, now that I've gotten older, I don't think men are villain anymore. I mean, at least personally, I just gotten over like my misandric thoughts, and I started just wanting to play guys. So anyway, for the next episode, I'll just play guys because I love them now. I mean, I'm gay. I love guys. I'm a gamer too, so I love video game guys. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me. And you have a great day. Take care. Bye.